You are amazing. Take a moment and think about this. You are at a virtual meeting, listening to a speech. Look at the world. Nothing is the same. Yet, here you are. Do you realize how self-willed you are? But how often do you actually think about it yourself? Toastmaster of the day and my fellow Galileans. In the words of the famous President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln himself, everybody likes a compliment. From the moment of birth, human beings depend on others to satisfy their basic needs. Through this, children come to associate close personal contact with their families and loved ones. Later in life, we continue to seek personal contact for the same reason, even though we know we are capable of surviving on our own. This isn't just common to humans. Even plants respond to compliments and wholesomeness. I once saw my mother caressing the leaves of a plant, so I went towards her and asked what she was doing. Having mentioned the fact that I never come out of my room to observe what's going on around me, she went on to enlighten. My mother said, plants yield fruits and grow healthier when you treat them well. They like to be appreciated too. Being a science student, I did not want to admit it right away. So I took out two plants that looked exactly the same and did my own experiment. Of course, with the help of my mother. I gave a bit of extra care to one of the two plants and left the other plant unattended. I continued my little experiment for about 2 weeks. The results were surprising. The happy plant grew lushly and looked like this, while the other hardly managed to grow an inch. The only factor that was different between the two plants was kindness. That was when I truly figured out the power of a compliment. It does not have to fulfill a purpose or give you any sort of advantage. All it needs to do is give them that affirmation they need and make them feel better. I had the privilege of experiencing this firsthand during a project conducted by the Gavel Club of University of Colombo called Speak Out. Throughout the project, we managed to boost up the skills of public speaking in many of our own undergraduates by appreciating the smallest of things that they do. One thing that we always said was that unmuting the microphone and stepping up to speak is the most difficult yet most vital step in becoming an ardent public speaker. How simple, right? But those small steps that we took went a long way, and we were fortunate enough to see the results in a matter of weeks. Every time a participant was speaking about that improvement, I myself was motivated to do better and better. I realized by doing something good for someone else, I myself was able to experience that chemical energy. This world is moving at a fast rate. Trends spread faster than a fire does with fuel. If a photo of an egg can become the most liked photograph of all time on Instagram, imagine what a lot we can do to the mind of someone else if we all get together and give them that much needed affirmation. Let's be honest, we cannot make everyone happy because not everyone sees the world the same way. But one small push in the right direction can put everything in place and connect all the dots. Let me rephrase that. You cannot please everyone, but you can be the reason someone else is pleased about themselves. We are not all riding the same boat. We are on the same sea, facing different storms. Some have yachts, some have canoes, and some are drowning. So just be kind and help whoever you can. So the next time your mother cooks a delicious meal, tell her that you enjoyed it. If the lecture was interesting, tell the lecturer that you enjoyed it. And if someone you know is doing a great job at whatever they're doing, do acknowledge their hard work. It might be a few words, but those few words could go a long way and give them another reason to do what they do even better. And that is something not even money can buy. My dear Cavaliers, kindness is infectious. During a time when infection is one of the scariest words one can think of, be the reason to give that word a positive sense. So I invite all of you to take a step out of your busy schedules and take a look around you. Observe those minute points and appreciate the good things that surround you. It's free and it just takes a second. So why not? Over to you.